If you're watching this, there's a pretty good chance you've got some kind of an interest in lifting weights. Maybe you're a veteran lifter who's been working out at the gym consistently for years. Or maybe you're brand new to it, looking to learn more about it here online to help you with getting started. Regardless of where you're at specifically, for most of us interested in lifting weights, we do it for the obvious reasons: to build muscle, get stronger, lose fat, and become healthier. And there's nothing wrong with that. That being so, there's an invaluable benefit that comes outside of those things that I don't think is talked about nearly enough. It's something that can dramatically impact both you and potentially the people around you. And for me personally, I value it as being perhaps the most important benefit that can come from lifting weights. In this video, while showing you footage from my latest full body gym workout, I'm going to shed light on exactly what this benefit is and why it is so positively impactful. My hope in sharing it with you is twofold. First, by understanding and recognizing it, I hope that it helps to fuel your desire to continue lifting weights and getting after it. And second, by understanding and recognizing it, I hope that it helps you to seek it out intentionally to get an even greater benefit from it. Before we get started, if you find this video to be helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. Okay, let's dive into it. Do you have a favorite story? Maybe a favorite book or movie? If you were to reduce a standard adventure story to its most basic, rudimentary formula or archetype, it would look something like this. You've got the main character or protagonist who embarks on a difficult journey to accomplish a goal. Yes, I know there are all sorts of stories out there that can revolve around anti-heroes and that have more of a gray kind of formula, but for the purposes of this video, I want to zoom in on the formerly mentioned basic archetypal formula. For me personally, some of my favorite stories are The Lord of the Rings, The Matrix, and Star Wars, especially the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. And if I had to pick a winner, it would probably be The Lord of the Rings. The story is incredibly layered and full of meaning with multiple protagonists or heroes. But in its most basic and simplified reduction, it follows the same simple archetypal formula. There's a hero who embarks on a journey to accomplish a goal. Samwise Gamgee is one of my favorite heroes in the story, and as many might already know, it's who Tolkien considered to be the main hero of the story, perhaps even more so than Frodo. Sam starts the journey ignorant and naive of the real challenges of the world outside of the Shire, without having any obvious traits of courage or resilience. Very early into the story, Sam, along with Frodo, and later the rest of the Fellowship, embark on an incredible journey to throw the One Ring into the heart of Mount Doom. I know most of us know the story, so I definitely won't go through a full reiteration of it. And if you haven't seen it yet, well, I definitely would recommend it since it's so amazing. Anyhow, the journey that Sam and Frodo embark on is incredibly challenging. It's perilous, frightening, dangerous, and their lives, along with the fate of the rest of the good people of Middle-earth, rests in their hands. As the story progresses, Sam and Frodo manage to overcome each leg of their perilous journey, oftentimes just barely surviving from one challenge to the next. From overcoming the Barrow Dens, to escaping the Nazgul, to getting through Moria and the Balrog, to barely making it past Shelob, and so on. Over the course of those challenges and the inevitable discomfort and pain that came from them, Sam and Frodo transformed. Sam stepped up to become incredibly courageous and resilient, showing those traits or virtues that were not really detectable amidst his comfortable life in the Shire. The challenges that littered his and Frodo's journey, in a way, unlocked those virtues inside of him. They enabled him to grow into a part of himself, an incredible part of himself at that was hidden away. From an ignorant, naive, and even foolish hobbit to Samwise the Brave. Something that Sam's transformation in The Lord of the Rings shows us is how challenge, discomfort, and pain is often the key to transforming us or to grow into the virtue that's hidden away inside of us. Here's where this is really relevant and worth thinking about nowadays. In our modern 2026 culture, I don't think I'm wrong in suggesting that we often set our focus on avoiding challenges and obstacles, finding the path of least resistance. Think about how our technology works and the convenience of it all, even when we're looking at things as simple as food. Instead of taking the time to cook a meal from home, even a simple meal, there's an immense pull for many of us to just order from a food delivery service that involves zero time or energy when it comes to cooking. Not to say this is at all a bad thing, because it isn't. My point is that our culture often revolves around finding ways around challenges rather than seeking them out. Hopefully I'm not being too brash in saying this, but it seems to reinforce us to seek out comfort rather than to seek out challenges. This sounds good at a surface level, but when looked at deeper, that might be a major downside. And that downside being, through staying comfortable or seeking to avoid challenges or discomfort, it might leave the virtues that are inside of us permanently hidden away or lost. And in my opinion, that kind of sucks. Okay, here's where working out at the gym comes into all of this. The act of lifting weights is, in itself, a challenge. Shoot, you could even consider it as its own kind of journey or adventure. You voluntarily set out to accomplish a goal by means of experiencing discomfort and pain, and you consistently do it multiple times across the week. Yes, I'm comparing your lifting journey to the journey of Sam and Frodo taking the ring to Mordor. Through experiencing the pain and discomfort that comes from it, and on top of the physical growth that comes from it, a deeper internal kind of growth is unlocked too. Fortitude, temperance, patience, resilience. I'm talking about growing in virtue, the kind of growth that enhances and builds your character, that makes you into what could be argued into a better person. The kind of person that can service or be there for others or be more reliable, whether that be for your spouse, kids, friends, or community. And the kind of person that gets closest to growing into the potential they have buried away inside of them. Yes, at a surface level, you might look at lifting weights as a practically silly kind of a thing, where you go to a strange iron playground to throw heavy things around. But it really does have the potential to unlock a kind of life-changing growth that's much more than just being physically strong, being leaner, and becoming healthier. And in our modern 2026 culture, where seeking out comfort seems to be more of the norm, perhaps we can look at lifting weights as one of the best opportunities we have to embark on a challenge to seek out that kind of life-changing growth. And there you have it. Outside of building muscle, losing fat, getting stronger, and becoming healthier, lifting weights has the potential to unlock deep internal growth as well. The kind of growth that leads us to become more virtuous and ultimately to unlock our true internal potential. Similarly to how Samwise Gamgee transformed from being an ignorant and naive Shire hobbit to Samwise the Brave. At this point, I would love to know your feedback. Let me know your insights, thoughts, and comments in the comment section below. Before this video comes to a close, I want to quickly let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos and Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition. And I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how I can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how I can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.